The second half of our coaching announcement today, delighted to be joined by maybe the man in the shadows last year a little bit, Euan King. Euan, welcome back to Cardiff. You were here last year. We can officially announce you as video coach and netminding coach. First of all, your feelings on being back and the role you're taking on with Pete this year.
Yeah, no, thank you. I really enjoyed my time here last year. Everyone was great to me. Coming back again, it was a no-brainer. My skill set is very much driven around video as well as goaltenders. So when the opportunity came up to come back and work with Pete, obviously it was a no-brainer.
I got the chance to spend a little bit of time with you towards the end of the season, particularly on the Belfast trip, and I was blown away by your pre-scout and your video analysis even, and you were kind enough to share a lot of that with me. That really is your forte. You're a bit of a hockey nerd in that sense.
Yeah, I'm just a nerd in general, I think. Goaltending, video, hockey, I always think all I know is I don't know. So anytime I can learn and improve and stuff like that. And my background before going into coaching was working in IT as an analyst. So I got to know computers pretty well and trying to find patterns and stuff like that. And that sort of led me down the path that I went down and where I am today. And it's something I enjoy doing, and the goalies is still my main passion, but video is probably second, I guess.
Okay, so congratulations to you. You were part of the GB camp that just got promoted. So tell me a little bit about that experience, and then tell me about the man that the Devils have just hired as their head coach, Pete Russell.
Yeah, it was an incredible.
And by the way, he's sitting over there, so
yeah.
be nice.
Yeah. No, an incredible experience to do that at home. I joined the program after they'd already gone up to Pool A, so I never got to experience that promotion feeling and everything that goes along with that. So something I'll cherish forever for sure. Great staff to work with. Obviously, Pete leads the ship with Corey and Chuck Weber. But the way that Pete delegates the work and gets everyone involved, everyone feels valued, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun, and sometimes you can't really put words to describe the whole event, really.
So talk to me about our head coach. He's signed. He's got a hell of a record in DEL2. He's just been promoted with GB yet again. He talks well on camera. He seems like a fun guy, but I guess in the locker room he's got that fiery temperament. Yeah,
yes, definitely has that fiery temperament, but at the right times. Very, very knowledgeable in the game. We call him Rain Man. He seems to retain knowledge that no one seems to understand, and sometimes you have to sit and listen to him a few times when he explains something, because his mind goes off and does something, and then when you actually see it happen, I vaguely remember Italy's forecheck. He came up with a brand new control forecheck just before the final game, and we executed it twice, and I just remember sitting upstairs laughing when it happened, and I'm pretty sure that's a clip which I'll be creating for him to add to his playbook. So, no, excited to work with Pete on a more regular basis. Obviously, I've done it with GB, so now I'll get to work with him every day.
Talk to me about the goalie coach element of your job. I guess we can understand what video kind of looks like and clipping things and looking for patterns. But on the ice with the goalies, is that working on angles? Is that working on tendencies? On a day-to-day basis, how are you looking to improve the netminders you work with?
It depends a lot on the situation. So ideally, I like to try and find something before it becomes a problem. You can usually start to see it creeping into a game before it becomes a major problem and start to work on those little areas and stuff like that. A lot of it's around building confidence, keeping confidence, as well as giving them looks of what to expect to see in the coming game. So for instance, every D zone will have a break point. Every team has offensive zone trends. And it's trying to give our goalies the best opportunity to get reps in with those defensive breakdowns and with how other teams create offense. So when it happens in a game, it doesn't catch them by surprise. They're a lot more switched on and can anticipate what's coming next. I love the goalie coach position because it's quite unique to other positions within coaching staff. You're sort of their friend, their mentor, their coach. They're someone that has to give them a kick every now and then. But at the end of the day, we're all a little bit out there, I guess. We can have some strange conversations, and yeah, it's a job that I absolutely love.
So and I'm going to try and frame this question right, because otherwise you're going to throw a punch at me. So you had a decent career, but maybe not a stellar career as a netminder, but you obviously command respect as a netminding coach. How have you managed to do that? Is it communication? How do you strike that balance?
I think communication is a big thing, and one thing that I learned very, very young was you have to know your stuff, especially when you work with professionals, because most goalies know the game inside out, and they know the techniques, and they know themselves. And one thing that I will never do is I will never try and turn a goalie into something they're not. I will try and work with what tools they have and try and make minor tweaks and stuff like that, which can hopefully help and improve their game. And I think you have to be open-minded. You have to be able to listen to what they have to say and be able to respond with a correct answer, because goalies will test you because they understand the position. So a lot of research. I do a lot of speaking to other coaches and attending symposiums and everything like that, so I can be as up to date as I possibly can be with the correct knowledge. But it's picking the right tools to teach that goalie, because what might work for, say, Andre Vasilevsky probably won't work for a Marc-Andre Fleury. And it's finding that balance to make sure that you're not trying to get someone to play a way that just won't work for them. I could talk about goalies forever.
No, and I could listen to you. So we might do this a lot more during the season. My one final one on this, because there's that that old, very well-known saying, ice hockey goalie is the only job in the world where if you do it badly, a big red light goes on and 10,000, 20,000 people boo you. So the mental side of it is huge. Is that a big part of what you do with the guys?
Yeah, I think so. A lot of it is around conversations and coming up with coping mechanisms when things aren't going well. And the thing is, when a goalie loses confidence, it's a pretty dark place to be. And it's trying to rebuild that confidence up with them on the ice, making sure they're getting good reps and making themselves feel happy and stopping pucks, as well as some positive videos and stuff like that. And it's not all rainbows and bunnies and stuff like that. Sometimes you have to take the hard line with them, but it's finding that balance between the two. And I'd like to think I've developed my own style and strategy that seems to work, and hopefully that can continue.
I know Pete's a big guy for recognition. He showed us that in his interview. You're a big guy for recognition. I described you as the man in the shadows. There's a whole other team who are not even in the shadows up on the gantry.
Yeah.
They provide a big help to you.
Massively. Like, I have to say about Hubs. Hubs is an incredible human being for a start. He's been a massive help to me. He makes my job a lot easier when it comes to video and the way he cuts it. And even now, when we were away with GB, we actually ended up taking the system that the Cardiff Devils used last season because I really liked it. And Hubs probably got sick and tired of me asking some questions about how certain things work and why this wasn't working, how do I set that up. So yeah, I haven't got enough good things to say about Hubs.
Final question. I've got to throw an old school one in. I did with people might not know who your dad is. I do. Kevin King, I remember him. Bracknell, Peterborough, feisty forward, could score some goals. A little bit of a temper on him. How's your dad doing these days?
Yeah, no, he's good. He's good. He has nothing to do with hockey now other than coming to the odd game to watch, and he's happily away from the sport and just sort of cheers from afar, I think, a little bit now. So, no, he's good. I think he still does love the game, but he's happy to just be a spectator now rather than playing or coaching.
We never got him in Cardiff Devils colours. Maybe he might become a Cardiff Devils fan now?
I think he'll be at a couple of games for sure.
Euan, it is great to have you on board. In all seriousness, you do a fantastic job behind the scenes. Good luck for the season ahead.
Thank you.